It's a new day in the United Methodist Church. We are no longer living in a place where people come to us. We now have to go where the people are. We are so very much aware that the culture has changed, the world has changed, and we have to do ministry in a new and different way. We have to realize that we are living now on a mission field, and every church is a mission station. First United Methodist Church, Jackson, Tennessee, is a church that is embracing that new future and that new paradigm and reaching into their community. One of the new ministries that Jackson First is forging is a partnership with Andrews Chapel United Methodist Church, a church that has been faithful to the gospel and the witness of Christ in the world. It's an opportunity for these two churches yoked together to find a new way into the future, to reach out to the least and the last and the lost surrounding the Andrews Chapel United Methodist Church by bringing resources, people, and finances together to sustain the future of this historic Wesleyan church.
Well, the church was organized in 1820, and I believe it was Captain Charlie White and his wife that donated an acre and a half of land to the church, which was built in 1849. And James Meriwether was one of the earliest settlers in this area. And he came from North Georgia. When James Meriwether passed away, they had Bishop Andrews come from North Georgia and do the funeral. And while he was here for a week or two, the people just fell in love with him, and they named their little chapel Andrews Chapel.
It had been in the back of our mind that Andrews Chapel might close for a couple of years. We had managed to make the money work. We paid our bills, but we didn't want to get in a situation where we would be in debt. And both heat exchangers went out in the 2 air conditioning units in our family center at the same time, and that was in February. Well, we realized then, after discussion with the board, different people in the church, that we didn't have enough money to pay that and continue to pay our ministers. And rather than take a chance on going in debt, we decided the best thing to do was raise our hand and talk with our district superintendent, Richard Clark, and let him know that we're going to close the church.
From there, the Lord used the district superintendent's hands in miraculous ways. Because we just could never have thought or even imagined that First United Methodist in Jackson would come to our rescue.
That's such a feeling of relief, because we realized that if we closed, what would happen to this structure? What would happen? Would the conference sell it? And if who bought it, who would buy it? What would happen to it? And it was such a relief to me, especially to know that we were going to be taken over by the Methodists.
I was amazed at the amount of hours that First Jackson's people put in to do the work here. The cleaning and the takedown of shrubbery and improving the way the church looked and the overall organization of it just amazed me.
We cut down many shrubs and small trees, leaving the big oaks and elms to beautify the property. We have also painted the signs and updated things as needed. I believe that through my hands, Jesus Christ works for helping people and creating an environment that is good for the mission work for what's being done here.
When you think about the response that our congregation has had to this mission, it's been amazing. I remember the first service, and I don't know why in the world they trusted me to be the lay pastor for the day, but they did. And I remember giving an announcement at the beginning. It was about 8:30, and I said, we're going to need 2 or 3 more minutes because there's still people coming in. Can somebody help us get some folding chairs because we don't have enough seats?
Our society has changed at a rapid pace in the last 30 to 40 years. And the rural churches and the smaller churches, the more family-oriented churches, have suffered as a result. And yet this is the heritage of many of our current members at present. They remember the small church and what it meant to them and how important it was in their development. So in a sense, we don't want to get stuck in the past, but we do want to honor our heritage, and we do want to look at creative ways to use the buildings and the structures for renewed efforts at ministry in the present and in the future.
I just hope this, I don't know what word to use here, the present situation, I guess, will continue with him right now, because these last 2 months, it's so precious to me. So